Good morning, Sophie. Hi, baby. Hi. You okay? Good morning.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to our channel. If you guys have been following us for a little while, you know that Sophie and I have been on our 2-week European road trip, and we're currently heading to our very last city. I can't believe it's already been 2 weeks. Sophie and I have had so much fun, and if you guys haven't watched all of our videos, I'll include the links down below for all the cities we visited in France, Spain, and Portugal. Sophie has had so much fun exploring and sightseeing with us, and if you're looking at traveling with your dog, I would definitely recommend checking out those videos. Now let's get back to our road trip. We are going to Lagos next, and I am so excited to check out those beaches because they are so beautiful. As you guys know, we stayed in Monte Gordo for 2 beautiful days, and we really enjoyed the beach there, but we were ready to move on to Lagos because we knew that there was so much to see and so much to do in Lagos, and because we're only staying there for 3 days, we really wanted to make sure we made the most of it. So we left Monte Gordo early in the morning. We left around 7 o'clock. We grabbed your typical Portuguese breakfast, which was absolutely delicious, and Sophie was allowed into the cafe with us, and she ate, well, most of her breakfast. Sophie, where's your breakfast? Where's your breakfast? Hey, Sophie. Are you not going to eat the rest of your food? And then we were back on the road again. Lagos is very close to Monte Gordo. It wasn't a long trip. One of the main reasons why we left so early was we really wanted to go to a specific beach in the area of the Alvor. So this is an area near Lagos, and this beach is called the Beach of the Three Brothers, or in Portuguese, a Praia dos Três Irmãos. And this beach is known for its beautiful rock formations, and it's really important to when you get to this beach, because depending on the tide, it'll have an impact on how much you're able to explore, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Depending on whether the tide is high or low will make a difference on whether you can explore the whole entire beach or not. This beach is divided up by different cliffs and different rocks, and some of these rocks you have to climb over them, some of them you have to go around them, and if the tide is too high, you're not able to walk through it. You have to actually swim through it. Sophie, we gotta get around to the other side. And because we're bringing Sophie, I didn't want to have to swim through it with her because she's still not 100% comfortable with the water yet. So we wanted to get there early enough before the tide got high so that we could have a chance to fully explore this beautiful beach. The Beach of the Three Brothers is definitely the coolest beach I've ever been to. The fact that you need a little bit of endurance and coordination to figure out how to get from one end of the beach to the other is definitely something I've never experienced before, and I really loved it, and I know Sophie really enjoyed it as well. The fact that you have to climb over and under things, and then there's little mini caves within these rock formations is so cool, and I would definitely recommend coming to check out this beach if you're traveling to the Algarve. You may have noticed that you haven't really seen Sophie walking around on the beach or playing in the water while we've been here at the Beach of the Three Brothers. And I want to be 100% honest with you guys, and I want to share with you our experience so that you can be prepared if you plan on traveling to the Algarve with your dog. Something you should know is that dogs aren't typically allowed on Portuguese beaches during the bathing season. And what they consider the bathing season is usually the warmer months of the year, so between May and October. This, of course, will change and vary depending on what beach you go to and where you go. This beach here in particular, I decided on carrying her around. I didn't see any signs saying no dogs allowed, but I also didn't see any dogs to begin with. I've noticed that any area of beach that has lifeguards and any rental equipment is usually a beach where dogs are not allowed. When we were in Monte Gordo, they had the lifeguards and the cabanas out for rent, and then afterwards the whole rest of the beach, which was a very long beach, then you could have your dog there in that area. So I kind of had the same assumption going here that any part of this beach that had a lifeguard was an area where Sophie would not be allowed. So I figured I would test this theory out a little bit. Any area where there was a lifeguard, I was carrying her. I'm also lucky too because she's a smaller dog, so she's not as noticeable. She's light in color. People didn't really notice I had a dog until I put her on the ground or if she barked at something. If you're planning on traveling with your dog, keep in mind which beach you're going to and what time of the year, and also seeing any signs that they may have. There isn't always signs letting you know that no dogs are allowed, but trust me, someone will go and tell the lifeguard that you have a dog, and the lifeguard will come and speak to you, and you either have to move or leave the beach completely. So definitely keep that in mind if you're planning on traveling with your dog to the Algarve.
Sophie, are you having a beach nap?
After a few hours of exploring the beach of the three brothers, we decided on resting a little bit on the beach because Sophie looked absolutely exhausted even though I carried her most of the time. I think this road trip is really tiring this puppy out. We actually decided on leaving this beach, one, because we really wanted to see more of Lagos. There was more beaches we wanted to check out. We were also getting really hungry as well. We wanted to grab something to eat.
Sophie, are we having some soup? Sophie looks exhausted.
We got some soup. Portugal is known for its soup called the caldo verde, which is basically a soup made out of green collards, which is really delicious. Even Sophie enjoyed it. We gave her a little lick of the bottom of the bowl. After grabbing something to eat in the afternoon, it got quite a bit windy, which meant that it cooled down and it wasn't perfect beach weather, but we were totally okay with that because it meant we got to do some exploring.
We're at the Praia da Rocha and we're going to explore a little bit with Sophie and get an amazing view of the ocean from up above. Let's go.
The Algarve isn't just known for its beaches, it's also got amazing walking trails too. Because there's so many rock formations and cliffs, they have walking trails that run along the tops of beaches so you can look down, see the beach, see the ocean. You've got phenomenal views on these walking trails, and there's a lot of different ones to explore depending on your level and how much you actually want to walk and climb. So we headed to the Praia da Rocha, as it's called in Portuguese, and we went to explore there up along the top, and Sophie absolutely loved it.
Sophie, are we at the beach? You were at the beach? Why do you see the beach over there? Look over there. It's the beach.
In the evening, we went to go and check into our hotel, and then we also went to go grab something to eat for dinner. Of course, we're in the south of Portugal, so we have to get seafood. We had some yummy shrimp for dinner. Sophie was able to come into the restaurant with us because she was in her backpack, and I'm definitely really grateful that I brought her backpack with us on this trip because people are more accepting of a dog going into certain places when she's tucked away in her backpack. She absolutely loves being in her backpack, so I would definitely recommend anyone that is planning on traveling with a small dog to get your dog used to something like this. After dinner, we went to explore downtown Lagos. They don't even allow cars in the city center area, so it's really just lots of little shops. We passed by this store that's called Força Portugal, and it has this big cow outside with the Portuguese flag painted on it, and Sophie was not interested in this cow. After doing some sightseeing and of course some souvenir shopping, we headed back to her hotel. This puppy is exhausted. She is ready for bed.
Hi, sweet girl. Are you tired, baby?
We're heading off to bed, and tomorrow we start with day 2 in Lagos, and I am so excited because guess what? We're gonna go on a boat ride and we're taking Sophie with us, and you have to watch this because it is the coolest boat ride I've ever been on, and Sophie absolutely loved it. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you do. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again next time. Bye, guys.